What's up, Queen? What's going on?
William, look at me cheesing. What's good?
Man, putting in work, Queen. You know how it goes. Just putting in work. First off, I'm excited to be on your show, man. You spoke this into existence so long ago, and like I said, I'm absolutely I'm honored to be one of your first of few interviews you do. So it's an honor to be on the show, Queen.
See, first of all, I got to give people a little rundown. Before we even hop in these questions, I got to give people a rundown about how we even met anyway. Like, he came to the bank, and all I remember was my manager saying, "Hey, it's a guy in there. He gonna talk your head off. He gonna talk your head off. He been talking to everybody in the lobby." And I'm like, "Who? Like, what are you like?" Okay. And as soon as he sat in my seat, William, you made yourself known from the get-go. Like, we handling banking questions, and he over here like, "I'm YouTube me, do this, do that. You want to hear about me?" I'm like, "Okay."
I'm marketing. I'm a human marketing. I'm a human marketing machine, man. But the results show. You know what I mean?
Like, you have people in line trying to get money, just stopping and just listening to you. Like, who are you? Like, people was Googling him. Like, it's crazy. So, I mean, like you say, you're a human walking billboard, and I think the most important thing is that's how we should walk around. Anyway.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think I told you, I text him talking about I'm nervous. You like, Shenelle, please calm down. You got this. And I think that's the biggest thing that we need to do for ourselves is whether you have 2 followers, whether you just started, walk like you already made $1 million. You know what I'm saying? Talk like you already hit the jackpot and you don't need your job. And that's definitely one thing that I am working on myself. And that's one thing I would say that you taught me is advertise yourself no matter what, because you never know who's listening, who's watching. Somebody's going to see.
Absolutely, Queen. And I tell everybody, in the beginning, like in the beginning, it's always going to seem lonely. It's always going to seem like it ain't working. But the object is to push the content as much as possible so you can weed out those people who truly love the show and who don't love the show. You know what I mean? So you want to get people who love what you do. You know what I mean? Those are the people that's going to help you grow your brand and expand your brand to the next level. So, like I said, I can't tell you how proud I'm proud of you, Queen. I'm proud of you.
Thank you, sir. I was supposed to start this a year ago, and I just keep delaying it because I'm like, oh, I'm not ready. I don't have this. I don't have that. And I know one thing you do is coaching as well. I know I'm jumping questions, but I know for all you that's listening, William is the guy to talk to. He does mentorship and he does coaching as well. And we will get into that, you know, as we go ahead and discuss the question that's going on, because people need to hear you. People need to believe in themselves as well. Like one of the comments just said, God's plan. So that's our 2020. I know all of this is going on, but I told myself, you know what, Shenelle, no more excuses. No more acting like you scared and no more acting like you shy.
It's time to go. And the vibe is dope. And like I said, Queen, you're doing the right thing. You're going in the right direction. I love it.
Thanks. So, William, first of all, let's get into William. For those of you who do not know William, trust me, you're going to know him at the end of this. And William, 300+ million views. Oh, my God. I'm so sorry. Oh, get my numbers right. 400, not even 100, 400 plus million views on YouTube. I seen you in Jamaica, Australia. Like, first of all, let everyone know who is the king we're looking at now. Who are you?
Kings and queens. I'm a king just like you. Probably come from some of the same neighborhoods just like you. And in a nutshell, so she can get to her questions, I'm a person that believed in my vision before I had it in my hands. And I had a big imagination. I dreamed the biggest dream you could possibly dream, and until I literally brung it to life. So that's King Hollis in a nutshell. I'm just a dreamer, a big dreamer. A big
A
dream.
big dream. And one thing about you having a big dream, I know things weren't always, of course, peaches and cream growing up. It took a lot for you to be here today. Definitely reading and getting to know you. What was your upbringing as a child?
My upbringing was, you know, it was a little different. You know, my mother was young when she had me. She was like 16, going on 17. I grew up. We grew up in a house where everybody sold dope. My grandma sold dope. My cousin sold dope. My auntie sold dope. Everybody around my family sold
So
drugs.
that's all you knew at that point.
Yeah. So basically, it was basically a lot of kids having to, you know, be adults at a very young age. I had to mature really fast. I had to realize that in order for me to live and for me to take care of my family, I was gonna have to mature very, very fast. I was gonna have to learn the ability to seize every opportunity as a youngster. And like I said, it started with my imagination. Like I said, going back and forth between my grandmother's house and my mother's house, thinking about my mother every night, you know, as she was in the streets, thinking about if something was gonna happen to her. And you know, I just never had a chance to be a kid. I just always had to be a man. And I think that plays a huge part in my work ethic and how I'm up at 4:30 every morning for the last 5 years posting motivation. It's a different type of hunger. You know what I mean? It's a different type of hunger I developed, and I just realized that if I want to change my situation, and if I want my family to be remembered as something special and not just drug dealers or drug addicts, I got to replant my family tree. So right now, I'm in the middle of my career. I'm 30 years old. I'm in the middle of my career, and I'm planting seeds that's going to last for a long time. And not only seeds that's going to help me and my family, but seeds that's going to help all my brothers and sisters worldwide, from Jamaica to Ghana, all over the world. Some of my biggest fan bases is in Ghana, Dubai, London. I just got booked this morning in Europe. Going to France. Just got booked for Europe this morning. So you know, I'm walking in my purpose, and it all started with my beginnings. You know what I mean?
And I got you. And motivational speaking wasn't, first of all, that's something that just, it came to you because you wanted to be in the NFL. You wanted to play pro football, if I'm not mistaken, correct? Was that your passion of yours? If you didn't know, you went to Clark, Atlanta.
Yeah.
Shout out to the HBCUs out there,
HBCU,
Clark, Atlanta.
I went to Tuskegee. And I went to Clark, Atlanta.
Oh, you went to Tuskegee first. I was about to get to Tuskegee, but I didn't know which order it was in.
No, Clark was first.
Okay.
And then I transferred to North Alabama, and then my baby girl was born, my first daughter, and she ended up her mother ended up getting in a car accident the day after she was born. So I had to leave North Alabama during that time. So yeah, that's a part of the story, Queen. So if you want me to elaborate, I can elaborate if you wanted me to.
The floor is yours. Go ahead.
So basically, ladies and gentlemen, that story, you know, was basically, you know, the Most High pointing me in the direction where I was truly supposed to be in. I thought my whole life I was going to play football, but through all the trials and tribulations that God put me through, when I was nominated as a D2 Heisman at Clark Atlanta University, I was an NFL prospect. I got called by Terry Boughton at the University of North Alabama, and Terry Boughton brought me down to basically play for a championship potential team. And going into the spring, my daughter was born, and I was getting ready for my biggest season ever. And you know, one day I got a call. They said, "Will, your daughter Halo being born?" I had to fly to Boston. I flew down to Boston. And, you know, when I was getting in, her mother was leaving the hospital. My daughter was already born. And I literally saw her leaving the hospital. And 20 minutes later, we got a call that they was in a severe car accident. She was paralyzed. And it was just like that. And it was like the mother of my child. At this time, I'm still trying to save my mother's life. You know, that was my whole goal. People was just to save my mother. I wanted her to dress beautiful. I wanted to take her out the country. I wanted to show her the world. She grew up a young girl raising babies, and she never had a chance to be a woman, you know, just to be her. And there's so many black queens and queens in general that go through that. But I literally had to pick between football and my mother, and my daughter and my mother. And the mother of my child came up to me and she was like, "Yo, Will, I need you." I was supposed to live with you know, my mother, but now she's paralyzed. We won't be able to pay the bills. So basically, I need you to come help me. I need you to move to Boston and come help me. So on the brink of my most prized and special season to change my life, I had to pick my daughter over my mother. I remember the last time I talked to my mother when I left when I was leaving school. I called my mother and I told her that I gotta go. The mother of my child, Mom, was paralyzed, Mom, and I was apologizing. I was crying. And it was almost like my mother, she told me that, you know, don't cry, baby. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of the man you became. I'm proud of the man that you grew to be. I'm proud of the man that I know you're going to become. And basically, it was almost like she was telling me goodbye, you know, like she was tired. And I had to, you know, I had to take that. I had to take that and I had to eat that pain. And for a young king, you know, to see his mother in that state and you not being able to do nothing and you stuck in that situation, it hurts you. It hurts you deeply.
Is it something that you regret now? You know, is it still a regret, or do you believe you made your mom proud? Well, I know you made your mom proud.
I believe this now, and this will help me heal. I believe my whole life God gave me a heart to want to see other people smiling happier more than me. That was I always just cared about if other people was happy. And what God did was he promoted me. The Most High promoted me. When he took my mother, he finally allowed me to be a man and a boy and see the vision that he has for my life. And when that same passion that I had for saving my mother's life is the same passion I got when I wake up at 4 in the morning every day to save another woman like my mama, another king like my father, another king like my grandfather, another young king that grew up just like me. And all God did was he promoted me to speak to billions, not just to save one woman, but to save millions of women, millions of kings. So what God did for me was he promoted me. And he took that heart that I had ever since I was a young boy, ever since I was a baby, and he intensified it and gave me a way bigger platform. He made the earth my territory. And I tell people, from four years ago, when I was on side of that Turkey Hill gas station, I had no idea that I would speak in Milan during Milan Fashion Week. I had no idea that one day I had a #1 football speech in the world. One day I'll live in condos. One day I'll travel the world. I never had no idea, because all of this started with a kid that I needed the people more than they needed me. And the world became my psychiatrist. As I spoke and as I motivated and as I inspired, and I seen so many people share my story and share my pain, it healed me. So when I tell my fans and anybody that listens to me, never thank me. I'm thankful for you. You're the reason why I'm alive. You gave me a voice. You gave me an existence. And that's why I take it so serious. That's why it's a blessing. And that's why I'm always, I got to say it, I'm happy God made me rich on the inside before he made me rich on the outside.
Oh,
you know what I mean? So
let me tell you something. And this is how I know you are passionate about what you do. We're having an interview here and you are already sending chills through my body. I'm like I'm sitting here, I'm trying to listen to you. I'm like, oh, tell me about yourself. And it's crazy because, you know, everybody's story is different. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like your story right there. Like I said, I read about you. I know me and you talk, but just right there alone, my God, I couldn't imagine someone having to choose you know, their child over their mom. You know what I'm saying? When you hear that, you're like, oh, that's why I asked you, was it a regret? Like, is it a regret today? Or, but you, as you said, you did the right thing. You had to do what you had to do.
Like I said, Queen, I miss my queen dearly. I buried my mother at 37 years old. She was still young. She was
Wow, 37?
Yeah, my mother, man, my mother, I'm gonna just tell you a little story about my mother. My mother was on drugs, and I would come back home from football, and when she ain't had nowhere, she wasn't living nowhere, and she was in the street. Somehow, some way, you know, she'd get a hotel, and when she get that hotel, she'd get a hotel with a pool and free breakfast, all that. Cause she knew when I was a little kid. When I was a little kid, I loved that. And it was just so beautiful to see her put so much effort into making me happy. You know what I mean? And I tell people the last time I saw my mother was in a courtroom. She was in shackles. And she was locked up for going into a store stealing food. And I remember being an All-American linebacker, having all these accolades and all these awards, and watching my mother in shackles. And I remember as she saw me in the courtroom, she didn't know I was coming in town. She almost tried to break the shackle, like break loose, to come hug me. And that was the last time I ever saw my mother. It was in handcuffs. That was the last time. And it hurt me for a long time. But I realized that, like I tell people in my speeches, your pain will be your biggest blessing. And I really believe that God chose me to do this, you know? Like he chose, this is my gift, something that I call mine. And I wake up every morning thankful for life. I wake up every morning thinking about the single mothers that, you know, sometimes selling their body just to make money. Sometimes, you know, doing things out of their character just for $1. And, you know, my main goal is to put my people back in position that we're royalty. That's why I say kings and queens. To put us back in a position where our women ain't got to beg. They ain't got to compromise their soul and their bodies. And they can just be beautiful queens, the beautiful queens that they were born to be. And every day I wake up, that's why I do it. And, you know, I do it for the people sitting at the counter at McDonald's or a restaurant, fumbling through quarters and dimes just to get their baby some food. And I grind and I work so hard to open the minds up and reprogram the minds to let them know that the universe is ours. We're billionaires. The skin right here that we're in, like Marcus Garvey said, our melanin should be a part of a national symbol of greatness forever. Because like I said, I just know where we come from. I know where we began, and I know how far we came. Obviously, ignorance and all those things still exist in the world, but it's real kings out here that got integrity, that move with the right intentions, that respect queens, that respect other brothers. You know what I mean? That don't like just calling their brothers niggas all day. You know what I mean? And at some point, you got to be an example. So I'm trying to be an example to a lot of young kings and queens all over the world that was told they could never be nothing. They'll never be nothing. That's who I do this for, the people.
Exactly. And all of this was going on. Was this the cause of you almost pretty much taking your life away, you know? Because I know you have a big partnership with the Suicide Watch, because you were one of them who almost ended it all.
Absolutely.
You know, at what point did you say to yourself that this is not worth it no more? When did you become?
It was the day I went and spoke to my first group of kids.
Oh, so you spoke?
Yeah, I spoke. I was homeless, and a teacher at Reddit Intermediate High School had saw me coaching at an arena football team in Reading, Pennsylvania. And basically she was like, I love how you interact with the players. We love your tone. Your voice is so strong and demanding. I would love for you to come speak to my boys at Reading Intermediate.
And you were not playing. Were you still playing football, or you were done playing football?
No, my vertebrae was cracked at this time.
Oh, okay. So that's how you stopped playing football.
Yeah, that's how I stopped. Yep. So I went and spoke to like 5 kids, man. You know how you start talking about your life, that's my first time just talking about my past. It made me emotional. And when I was speaking to the boys, man, within 5 minutes, those boys was in tears. When they started crying, I got a little teary-eyed. And when I left the school, I thought about everything I was talking about. My mother gone. Everybody is out of my life. It's like the scene in Life when you start seeing all those people.
Oh yeah, towards the end.
Yeah. And I was fed up. I was tired. And I was walking back to the hotel. I was ready to commit suicide. And I got a call from the teacher, the assistant principal, and she said, "William, how much you charge to speak?" And I said $75, $100 or something like that. And 3 weeks later, they called me in to do an assembly in front of 500 kids. And 5 years later, I'm William King Hollis, international motivational speaker.
Wow. So 5 years ago, you was about to end it all.
Absolutely.
You got that phone call because he was not through with you yet. He was not through with you yet. And sometimes, honestly, we try to take the easy way out, Me personally, I have never been suicidal, but I know the feeling of you just giving up. And absolutely. I think one thing that you said in your speech that I always go by is you didn't come this far to come this far. if it's anything else, I tell people that. I say, you didn't come this far to come this far. And that doesn't matter what you're doing, whether, like you said, whether you are flipping burgers, whether you're doing this and that. Like Steve Harvey said, why would you want to stop in hell? If you're going through hell, why would you want to stop in hell?
That's so true.
Definitely want to keep going. And one thing, so how you started is your biggest focus was with the youth. So sports is pretty much what brought you your success, because I know you was really big in the football arena, and one of your biggest speeches on YouTube right now, go check it out. What is a sports, I mean, it could go for life, but it was really more towards like the sports motivational piece. How did that come about?
I'm gonna be honest, Queen. I got evicted in Huntsville, Alabama. When I got evicted, Queen, I had to figure something out. I took my last $180-something, gave it to the cameraman to shoot my first video on camera. It was my first one. So imagine you not having no money, you just got evicted. You don't got nothing. So I said, forget it. I'm about to bet my last money on me.
Because you knew, did you know this was it? Or you just said, I'm about to see if this is it?
I'm going to tell you quick. The moment of truth, when I was homeless, this was the moment of truth where I was like, yo, Will, you going to go be a slave and work that 9 to 5 on the regular, or you going to go all in with this? And it was basically, I prayed to God before I shot the video. And I went into the locker room, paid the cameraman, drove up to Atlanta, basically had nowhere to go at the time, got connected with a friend, and it was there from there. But probably, I say about 2 weeks later, I got a message on Twitter, and they said, you're going viral. And that's what did it. That football speech sparked it off. It took me to a whole new level.
Took you to a whole new. I didn't hear Cam Newton playing your stuff in the background.
Yeah.
I heard all these celebrities. You are linking up with all these celebrities, all these athletes, and I'm just like.
It's because of this though, Quay. Inspiration goes with everything. It almost flows and it doesn't play with the energy of anybody. Because if you don't like positivity, if you don't like inspiration, you're probably the type of person I don't want to be around. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, like, this is a universal career that touches and transcends not only in America, but around the world. Like, this is like when I went from, mind you, $75 to $100 to 25 to 30,000 a show now.
Ooh, 25 to 30 barely, just for talking for maybe 10 minutes, if that?
No, about 45 minutes.
45, oh yeah, that's 45 minutes.
45 minutes, but you got to understand, I'm telling my story. I'm telling my life. So that's not hard at all. You know what I mean? That's not hard at all. I tell everybody, the moment you find what you love to do when it becomes easy to you and amazing to the world. It's the thing that you do so effortlessly, but the world loves so much is what's gonna change your life. And when it comes to success, a lot of people in life is not making it because they're not committed to what they love.
It's that consistency.
You gotta commit. It's like a girlfriend. Your dream is like your girlfriend or boyfriend. If you neglect him, if you neglect her, if you don't show him love, if you don't show her love, she will leave you. She will, or he will leave you. So the love that you wake up and show your dream every day is what your dream going to give to you. So if you're not committed to it, if you're not in love with it, I mean, don't be addicted to weed, pills, and alcohol. Become addicted to your dream. The high is better. the drunkenness is better. It's better. It's better. So that's something that's very important.
It is definitely important. And one thing that you mentioned of, you know, you used to charge people $75 to $100. Now you're making 20, 30 bands just to do a show for about an hour. And also you made history. Let's talk about your history. You made history. Not even being the first African American. You was the first in general, period, to perform a live motivational speech performance in one of the biggest fashion weeks in the world. Long Fashion Week. How did you get that phone call? Because I want people to know that not only you love what you're doing, but you also make history, you know, because you love what you're doing. How did that came about at all?
Queen, I remember it like yesterday. I had got my first apartment in Huntsville, Alabama, on Knight Road in Huntsville, Alabama. Knight Road had nothing but drug addicts and strippers, and not strippers, but prostitutes and all those things that surrounded the street. But I was taught as a young age, it don't matter what's on the outside. The only thing matters is what you do on the inside. So I fixed it up. That's all I could afford, my first place. And all of a sudden, my floor started feeling like it was gonna cave in.
Don't tell. Oh Lord.
God. I felt like my floor was gonna cave in. So the fire department came out and was like, "This place is abandoned." Man, I only been here 2 weeks, Queen. I'm sleeping in my car in my Taurus. I get a call from one of Philip Pline's assistants, and he was like, "Yo, is this William King Hollis? We heard one of your speeches on YouTube. Philip Pline would love to fly you to Italy so you can perform it live. We want you to freestyle a live speech right in the middle of Milan Fashion Week, right in the Mercedes Dome in Milan." When I walk in, I see Paris Hilton. I see all these celebrities. I'm blown away. So
first of all, before you even got there, how was were you looking at the phone like,
look, I'm looking at him like, the only reason I believed him because they had the accent. When I heard the accent, I was like, what is this? But I'm sleeping in my car, dog, and I'm like, dog, listen. He said, you got to fly out in a couple days.
Oh, so they don't care what you had going on.
What? Man, Quinn, I went over there and made $10,000 for 4 minutes. I went over there and made $4,000 in 4 minutes and came back and was able to, you know.
Well, I bet you like, but you can't tell me nothing. What?
No, man, that's I already know. That's my mom. That's my angel, man. My mom, I was my mama baby, man. Sometimes things happen for me, and I just tell people like, man, I know I'm blessed. I know I'm blessed, man. I know I'm blessed in a major way. You know what I mean?
And it's like when one thing happened to you, as soon as something feel like it's going wrong, you bounce, literally bounce right back up. Like every scenario you done told me, to the suicide, how you said you was about to end it all. You was walking to the hotel about to end it all. You got that phone call from the principal asking, you know, we want you back. Your phone was caving in.
Absolutely.
You talking about you in your car homeless now at this point, and you get this $10,000 phone call and a flight to Italy.
Yeah, I had to get my passport literally that week.
Oh, you must have got an expedite.
Right at the office.
first thing on the door knocking. Hello, I need a passport today.
But
now you are at the top. With you being so young, you are now at the top with the greats. You know, before we heard of William King, you know, a big motivational speaker that a lot of people listen to, of course, is Eric Thomas.
Yeah.
You know, Eric Thomas is a big one that I've been seeing all around the internet. You have Gary Vee, you have Les Brown, like you have I seen your YouTube with Les Brown, like, yo, you next. Like, I'm passing you the torch. Like, how was that? Another thing is, like, I'm just so enthused with how did you react towards the phone calls that you're getting? Would you have the greats who's been doing this for years?
I mean, with me, it goes back to how I was raised, how I was brought up. I really don't. I'm not really like a groupie man like that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not really like, I'm my own man. The reason why I'm in the position I am in my speaking career is because I looked at those guys as competition, not no teachers. I realized this. My granddad, I'll never forget, my granddad used to tell me, he said, Will, men don't pass torches. Only God do that.
Mm.
So why you in this face? Why you being a groupie? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Why you being a groupie? So at the end of the day, I realized this is to take the knowledge that some men got, take the bits and pieces that can help you as far as your brand, and go to the next level with it. I just took the knowledge that they gave me, and I revolutionized it. I made it King Hollis. I said, I want to be the speaker that kicked the door down for all the speakers that feel like, you know, I ain't got $1 million, so I can't speak. They try to make it seem like you had to have all this money to inspire people. You can have $0 in your account and inspire a whole room, people. It doesn't matter. The money is not what it's about. It's the heart. It's about the message that you have to touch somebody else's life and to help somebody else be greater. So I ain't gonna lie to you, Shenelle. I made all those guys my targets to be better than them. I'm 30 years old. They 50, 60. They make millions of dollars. I want to make billions of dollars in this industry. That's my goal. I want to be one of the first motivational billionaires in the history of motivational speaking. I'm 30 years old, and you ask me, Will, how you gonna do this? My albums are selling 300 and 400 million streams each album. Movie voiceovers for rap artists and major corporations, voiceovers for ESPN and documentaries. Bookings gonna go up to $100,000 by the time I turn 38, 40 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Billions of dollars, and I'm not talking about American dollars. My biggest fan base is in Dubai, so I want world money. I want world dollars, and I know, and I can see it clear. It's almost like the Most High put a whole blueprint in my mind to follow, and it's all coming to life. I can see it. Like Nipsey used to say, from a bird's eye view. I want it all. I want it all. I want $1 million for every tear I ever cried.
Oh, no. Oh, you will be a trillion. I don't even think gazillion.
Yeah.
And one thing that you said, and like I'm saying, as you're talking, this is touching me as well. And I'm looking at the comments, and you have the viewers interacting like, wow, with the heart eyes. And I think the biggest thing with us, and you know what I mean by us, I know with me trying to start this business, I'm not even saying, you know what, Shenelle, take the money out of it. If this is what you love to do, do it. I'm already thinking, oh, like, I don't have no money. I can't pay nobody to interview yet. I don't know what to say. And already I'm failing in my head because I'm looking at, it don't matter if I'm interviewing the mailman who dropped the mail off every day. I'm already looking at the dollar signs. I'm already looking at, I can't do this. I can't do that. I don't have a big fan base. And as you said, you didn't even look at the money at this point. Like, of course you want the money, but you didn't look at the money to be a motivational factor.
It took a long time for the money to come. It took a long time. It took a long time for the money to come, but I tell people, it's almost like riding a bike with your training wheels. In the beginning of your business, it's like riding a bike with training wheels. You riding, and you watch it, and you start seeing these other kids just riding with no training wheels. You like, yo, it's time for me to take these off. And once you have that courage to take them training wheels off in an entrepreneur mindset, then you ride.
And the funny thing is, you might take the training wheel off, and you still busting your ass, got bruises, scratch,
but you move it.
But you still trying to
ride. Everybody know that feeling when they finally get to riding that bike. It is exhilarating. But the thing about it is, in this terms, that's the money. When you get to riding, the money it's coming at you. You're not even thinking about money no more because it come in just like that. It's always gonna come in. It's your purpose. You invest into your purpose. You build your purpose. And your purpose will be the building your organization that pays you for the rest of your life. And it's all about your belief in self. You gotta have an unbelievable amount of belief in what you do to make it happen, to truly bring it to life. A lot of people, it's sad to say, will never live the life that they were born to live because of the things they're afraid to go after. So anybody on here listening that may be afraid right now, that feel like they might not have enough in them to go after their dream, let me tell you, forget the fear and run towards your dream, people. The only person gonna put you in that Lamborghini is you. The only one gonna take you out that apartment and put you in that condo is you, baby boy and baby girl. So all I want you to do is buy into the process. Wake up every morning and scream to the sun, I am enough and I am great. You gotta put these affirmations into the universe, people. Don't just think about America. Think about the world, my beautiful people. The world is humongous. And just because they don't like it in America doesn't mean they don't like it in London. So many of us give up on our dreams because we have our dreams in ungrateful hands. Let me repeat that. We have our dreams in ungrateful hands. So what I mean by that is a small example. I talk about this all the time. You take a brand new outfit and give it to a kid in Africa. He gonna hang it up. He gonna iron it. He gonna keep it neat every single night. You take that same outfit, give it to a kid in Beverly Hills. He gonna throw that outfit on the bed or on the ground or on a shelf in the closet. And I say all this to say is, take your gift from those ungrateful hands and put them in grateful places that appreciate and love your gift. So many people quit on their journey for reaching their goals because they think that these ungrateful hands are the only ones that can lift their dream up. It's not true. It was an article I read by John Petty, and this is going to change your life. John Petty told me, he didn't tell me I read an article. He's a legendary guitar player. He said, when I got off a plane in London, I had 100 paparazzis. When I got off the plane in my home state in America, I had 5 paparazzis. Ding, 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 ding. That's when the moment hit. My greatness will be treated better and appreciated better in another place. It's somewhere that's waiting for your gift. It's waiting for your unique dream, your unique idea. And if you can apply it to that country collaborates with you. That country grows with you. That country becomes a part of your second home. Then you have built something that will make your country jealous. And when you go back home, ladies and gentlemen, they got to pay you double because you increased your net worth. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to leave home to build a home. You get what I'm saying? You got to leave home to build an empire, man.
And I think that's what's important too. We so focused on our hometown, or I need to get bookings here. We're not even thinking outside. And I had listened to this podcast, and I can't remember the name. And they said that the richest place in the world is the graveyard.
Yeah.
They said the richest place, and I'm like, the graveyard. And they say the graveyard is where it lies all the dreams, all the hopes, all the aspirations of us who never got the opportunity to show it. And when I heard that, I'm like, oh no, I can't wait to the graveyard.
No. I tell everybody, this what I live by. Les Brown saying, live full and die empty. So If you're a king and queen out there, like this Queen Shenelle who started this podcast, who spoke this podcast in existence and finally said, yo, it's time to start doing interviews and time to start pulling triggers. That queen asked me, when I told her what type of speaker I was, I told her what my name was. That queen said, yo, I want to interview. And that's the type of people that go on to do great things, the ones that's fearless. You got to know that you're enough. You got to know that you special too. You're a human being. One thing a real kind-hearted, good-hearted person can't do, he can't deny somebody that's hungry to change their life. You can't deny those type of people. Mm-hmm. So I hope Shenelle is an example and a beacon to show a lot of you queens to just do it. You want to be a national recognized TV host? Just do it. You want to be one of the best designers, stylists, makeup artists? Just do it. Don't talk about it. Don't dream about it. Just do it and run 100 miles per hour every single day towards that. Mm-hmm. That's it. Just do it.
That is it. And it definitely, like I said, you might be afraid at first. You might be intimidated by the other people out there who's doing the same thing. Because I had that mindset of, well, everybody's doing a podcast. Like, you know what? Let me just work my 9 to 5. Which I still am, but I was like, everybody's doing one. You see everybody on live. And I just was already doubting myself before I even started. No. And like you said, just do it. My friends was literally like, what's the problem? Shenelle, what's the problem? I recorded an interview like almost 6 months ago, and I just launched it last week. Even the girl I interviewed was like, what? Hello.
That's okay. That's okay. It's gonna continue to grow, Queen. You got an excellent personality. Your energy is infectious, and I just know that your show gonna go on to do amazing things, Queen.
Thank you.
Without a doubt, man. It's all about consistency, Queen. You gotta every week you gotta be thinking on how to go bigger. You can't be afraid to go into them DMs and request big names to come on your show. You can't be afraid. You gotta be fearless. Like you a celebrity too. Oh, you too? You see a celebrity? Oh, you one too? I'm one too, baby. It's all the mindset, man. It's all about the mindset. People are addicted. They are addicted to individuals that exude confidence. You know what I mean? You gotta have that confidence. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That amazing confidence, Queen, and you gotta go after it. Oprah, I keep telling these queens, the object in this life right now for us young people. You know when we used to get in line for school lunches? Mm-hmm. You used to say, no, I'm about to be next in line. I'm about to be next in line. And what happens is, that's all we're trying to do in life. Mm-hmm. Oprah is through the door. Who is next? Who is next in line? The object is not to be the best. I just want to be next. Mm-hmm. I want to be the next person to walk through that door. After Les Brown and all these guys, Tony Robbins, they 50, 60. Eric Thomas, 50. I want to be next in line. My job is not to crush them. My job is just to be next in line.
Exactly.
And prepared when they let me through that door. I'm prepared. That's all. That's why every day I wake up, I'm like, bro, it's somebody trying to compete to be next in line. I will not let nobody be next in line over me, because that person that gets through that next in line is the person that's going to be that billionaire. Right. All that comes to him.
I'm going to start telling people, excuse me.
Excuse me. Get about my way.
Excuse me. Like, y'all don't understand, I am talking to the legendary William Hollis King. And like I said, I'm reading the comments and everybody's saying this is amazing. I even see your followers on here like, this is big money, boss. So since we are getting these positive feedback, so of course everyone knows you can follow William on Instagram as well. But this don't stop here. So you are your own man, like your management, everything. You handle everything, right?
I manage myself. I built my own business, ladies and gentlemen. I did all this. I went and got my LLC at the courthouse, like everybody can do on here. Mm-hmm. And I went and got my business account. This Queen Shenelle helped me. my business account,
Yep.
my first business account.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I remember opening that business account. I was so excited. I didn't even have a lot of money in at the time.
Now you did. As soon as I told you you're approved, boy, you jumped out that chair so quick, like because you thought you couldn't. But boy, when I told you, oh, you straight, you could go ahead and do it.
And it was like Shenelle. I honestly tell you, to watch my face that day was almost like I showed you I got $1 million deposited in my account. Yes. And that was just starting the account. Mm-hmm. I was so excited, people. I was so excited because I already knew my future. I already knew the money that I was going to make. This was just beautiful because I had an opportunity to set a foundation. And you guys go open your business account and see how it feels. Go start your own business, kings and queens, and see how it feels. Go get your own LLC and see how it feels. You're going to feel accomplished. And every day, it's something about chasing this dream of your own. It's like when you wake up and you get up in the morning, you go to your job, yeah, you tired, you beat up, and you going in there and you're going to go work for somebody else. But when you wake up every morning knowing that you're the business, no matter if that business got millions of dollars or that business in bankruptcy, it's mine. Mm-hmm. It's mine.
Do you feel like entrepreneurship is for everybody?
Huh?
Do you feel like entrepreneurship is for everybody, or at least some of us need to go find what we truly love to do? You know what I'm saying?
I believe entrepreneurship for my people in general is very important. You can't find nothing else to do. You have to want to create something. Mm-hmm. You have to want to be a part of something. Even if you work for me, and most of the people that work with me, I'm trying to get to the point where I'm the boss that want people to leave me and become their own boss. I don't want nobody sitting under me. You know, in the hood, we got them drug dealers, right? Everybody got them drug dealers in their neighborhood. Every time they boys around, they got their money out. They handing all they boys money, like showing off. Yeah, we getting money. We getting money. Mm-hmm. I never liked that guy. I never liked that person. I was the guy that took the money and slid it in your pocket before anybody even seen it. I was the type of person that I want my boy standing next to me to look like the boss too. I don't never want them to tell who the boss is. I want my dog to be a boss too. I want my dog to eat too. I want the world to think he the man, even if they don't think I'm the man. That's the type of person I am. And I realize, Queen, it's not enough real cats out here. And I'm gonna tell y'all something that's gonna save y'all for a lot of fake conversations and a lot of fake friends, people. On this earth, it is 95% of fake people on this earth and 5% real. What's your chances of finding that 5%? It's like a needle in a haystack. So we ain't listening until they prove it innocent. You hear me? You can't call me friend until you prove it innocent. So never forget that. 95% fake and 5% real, people. So when people do you wrong, oh, you ain't making me mad, dog. I been knew you was 5%. I been knew you. I got no reason for me to get mad and hurt you. I been knew you was a sucker. I been knew you was a sucker. Mm-hmm. So you think you got over on me? No. I knew you was a sucker. Now you would never talk to me again.
Right.
Ever. The best feature they ever made for social network is blocking. Blocking is almost like they never existed. I swear to you. It's like they never, I use that app even from the little people that write the crazy comments. I block them every day. Block. Block
again. Block. Who else wanted? Block. Right.
Yeah, I'm blocking them. I tell all my friends, block them. Don't be arguing with them. They can't literally disappear.
Block. So canceled. You out the door. And we need to apply that to real life too.
Yeah.
We need to apply that to real life.
That's so cool.
I'm guilty. You know how many chances it could be men, it could be watched. Well, not really with friends with me. I have a good, found solid friendship, but how many times we give people time and time again opportunity to redeem themselves, and it's like it's draining. It's sucking more energy out of you than the other person. So we need to apply the block list in real life too. Is that mentality? Yeah, my friends watching. Trust me, I'm working on it. William said block them. So I'm gonna block them. So before we wrap up, definitely, how can so your business? So besides the motivational speaking piece, life coach.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to contact William, not even just on a business, if you want to talk about life in general. If you want to talk about your business ideas, or if you want to talk about just your personal life. I mean, sometimes a lot of people is picky on who they want to open up to, but like I said, you take those calls, you take those life coach, business coach. So what exactly you do? So with your business, and you do everything.
Well, what I do is I help a lot of individuals that's struggling with a lot of bad thoughts, suicidal thoughts. I help those people as well. I help you basically find that thing that you were born to do and make you so engulfed in it that you're not even thinking about your past or your demons. Mm-hmm. One of my biggest programs is my coaching program. My coaching program is basically, it's at least worth $10,000. And I give it to you for a very, very affordable price. I also do one-on-one calls for a low number of $100. We do an hour call where we break down your business, we scale it, and we basically help you promote it and push it to the next level where it needs to be. Mm-hmm. Everything about growing a brand, ladies and gentlemen, comes down to ultimately collaboration. It's called borrowed success. And I learned this too through experiences in life. When I had an opportunity to sit down with Les Brown, when he called me and said, yo, Will, I want to pass you the torch. I sat down with him and I saw the world interaction after that thing happened. And I was like, wow, the power of collaboration. Because some of us, we get this mentality like, I don't need nobody. I don't need. That's not true, ladies and gentlemen. Collaboration pushes you to the next level. You don't even have to like the person you collaborating with. You just got to be able to keep a great understanding and know where that friendship is. You know what I mean? And understand that each opportunity you get on a person's life is an opportunity to basically present your business, present your brand. And those people who love it will come follow you, and those who don't, will continue their life. So, kings and queens, I built a speaking career from a shelter. Today, I'm paid $25,000 to $35,000 an hour. I created this thing called the free sample effect. It's a new business model where it's like everybody already knows. I was taught by drug dealers, people. So my business model is very different. I am going to give you a sample, a free sample. You're going to get a free sample. Once that sample is amazing to you, so I guess I'll tell you guys what I did. When I was speaking, I said, yo, how can I break into the main speaking industry at a major level? I said, okay, free samples. I gave them the free samples. They played those free samples. Those free samples went viral. Contacted 5 of the top motivational companies in the world. When they took the speeches, they played it, and it went viral. They came back to the drawing board and said, yo, Will, we want more. I said, okay, cool. This time you got to pay me 60-40 splits. I get 60, you get 40. So now YouTube, on the average monthly, I'm clearing about $8,000 to $9,000 residual income without moving my fingers. And that's not even on top of my speaking engagements and my coaching programs. To get me on a 2-hour conference call is just $1,000, people. It's my value and my brand has went up tremendously. And I did it, Queen, because I took my gift out of ungrateful hands and put it in grateful hands, ladies and gentlemen. That's how I was the second person to walk through Rockford and Kingston, Jamaica. The only person to go through those hoods was Beyonce and Jay-Z. I spoke there in the hood, in every hood of Kingston, Jamaica. Was inducted into the the UNIA Hall of Fame, Marcus Garvey organization.
And that's actually on his Instagram.
Yeah, just
go check it out.
So kings and queens, I'm 30 years old. And my main goal is to simply help all of us, all of our people, with the help of you and your story, conquer that dream that we all love, that dream that we all want for our life. And I'm here to be that person that never will be a celebrity, but will be a soul celebrity. I want to be a soul celebrity. I want to be a person that when I die, the world would say, that was a kid that instead of giving evil and using his voice to destroy the world when the world done so much to him, he used his voice to inspire millions at all costs. You know what I mean? At all costs. I slept in cars for this. You know?
You sacrificed a lot for it.
You know, I never, this was not given to me. I paid with blood for this.
And never folded.
Absolutely. So
didn't step on nobody's toes, didn't elbow nobody. You did it true to yourself.
Absolutely.
You definitely earned it. You spoke life. Even though you almost took your life, you spoke life to yourself.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
And this is just the beginning. This is just the first stepping stone. This is not even the last, or you're not even in the middle. This is just the first stepping stone. Yeah. And at the end of the day, this is point blank period. Just believe in yourself. You know, it's just simply believing in yourself and already feel like you already have $1 million in your account.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. So everyone, before we leave, we got 2 minutes left on this live. I forgot it was time. So how could everyone reach you?
You guys can follow me on Instagram, William King Hollis, YouTube at William King Hollis. Also, subscribe to my Spotify channel, William Hollis. I just dropped a new single. Actually, that first speech that I made that went viral, The Game of Life, I just dropped that on all platforms. I also got Pain and Purpose out there, my album Hustle and Motivate, and I also got my album Prolific, all on digital streaming platforms across the world. So go get that and support the King. I did it from the bottom.
But we're about to sit here. I can sit here all day. So there you have it, everyone. If you're not following me, follow me at I am Shenelle Simone. Also follow my business page, BAUCE Radio. And William, you know, we here. We stuck. We white on rice right now. We are here. And I cannot thank you enough for giving me this opportunity. And
man, Queen, listen, don't ever thank me. You know how special y'all queens are, man. I'm going to lead this. One of my favorite quotes for the queens. Only in the womb of a woman can a man breathe underwater.
Ooh!
So you deserve it all, queen. Y'all be blessed. I love you all.
All right. Thank you, Will.
Thank you. Be blessed, queen.
Bye.
Bye-bye.